play of desire in the text, this unconscious rap was the conscious discourse of invisible minds, pure naked, his truth indiscriminatingly blind, new in faith forsooth, equally rapping for all the same word salad of the schizophreniac, asexual black non-binary trans-provincial metro textual poet of Toronto streets. On these trees, this formerly formal forest of language, an orderly disorder of normalcy feigned as he nurses his illness with beers and cannabis, the weirder to manage this psychosis. Stop at the wine rack, bring all this wine back and drink this wine as things define us materialistically, as the immaterialist curvaceous to represent her metaphysique, her gayness, our triadic duality as one unfolding way, an addict whose vanity was going away, the saddest of rap balladry whose illogicality, this depressed little ghostwriter, this psychoanalysis, this recorded private reading, so consistently attacked as black as art turns Anacoluthon, the sadly deluded one, who reads Lacan, contemporary theorists, the discourse of the university, these seminars in écrit, getting hard as the G, extreme vetting police get me soft as peace talks, and I can't help that I'm a pacifist, psychoanalytically flowing anti-conventionally rapper, with rhymes so proper, rich as the pauper, yet sober as the author, demonologically, laughingly cataloging the feelings, honesties, and baffling truth-telling of the surrealist lyrical nearest to the language furthest from the noumenal referent, the infinite multiverse implicit within the nature of pure phenomena, the horizon endless of human consciousness, constituting or intending the phenomena calling us, the real concrete situations, the symbolic of the imaginary places, the dreamland, the cosmos. Imaginary places, the dreamland, the cosmos. Ideas, nothingness, being the unconscious, and the schizolunatic seeing the unconscious as the real oceanic, feeling in reflection as the self-consciousness, all the world's a mirror, anthropogenetic desire, a fight to the death for pure prestige. Vancouverily, Carew actual, volume infinity, language as natural as odd futurity, a different animal, this little ghostwriter, the secret Dickinsonian, the schizoid Torontonian, meet his word selection, sensibility intersectional, his and her feministical, sticking with mystics and physicists alike, as loyal as the dog of the curious at night, timely, with his Sherlock, homelessly free as space debris, the displaced meteorites as the Israelite, everly, foreverly freestyling in a world, as into this freestyle hurled were those beings who heard LG's way with words, the ghostwriter's daily hurdle, his block, his ghostwriter's awesome endlessness, knitting for the form of it, the art formal and informally normal, this little ghostwriter's block party, odd gnarly, full Canadian, full often, full Deridian, full field full of this bullshit, this toolkit linguistic, this stream of unconscious textual, obviously asexual comedy, his terrible personality, his arrogance, generosity, and selflessness, his being a beautiful person, little ghostwriter, first and last most, against the first past the post-electoral systemic, in our normal eugenic unionification of African-Canadian literature, passing again through the scriptures, biblical, and adopting a tone prophetic, alone to credit, a god as infinite verbally as little ghostwriter, thrown together with his pranksters merry, a psychedelic block party, Vedic in its being, artfully penetrating into the Brahman, defenestrating timepieces, demonstrating times being aerospatially not unlike the shuttlecock, Badmintonian. It's a subtle god who speaks in the freestyle, sings in everything ever as everly foreverly. Energy, 0.02% of energy is psychic. That's a fact, quantum physical, that actually has no bearing on anything.
question is, do you think it's too late for me?
What?
I mean, am I just doomed to be the person that I am? The person in that book? It's not too late for me, is it? It's not too late. Diane, I need you to tell me that it's not too late.
Bojack,
I need you to tell me that I'm a good person. I know that I can be selfish and narcissistic and self-destructive, but underneath all that, deep down, I'm a good person, and I need you to tell me that I'm good. Diane? Tell me, please, Diane, tell me that I'm good.
Lil Ghostwriter, an ectoplasmic phonotextual epiphanic lyrically, continually with the improvisational compositional LG wisdom how to capture his vision in dreams, now to rapture the wisdom in dreams into the heaven of conscious light in August flow, a Faulkner flow, at the altar praying a freestyle It's futile, no way to bellow as Saul, becoming so appalled as Kanye West at this Lil Ghostwriter. This is one day less in the life of Lil Ghostwriter. One Sunday less to praise Lil Ghostwriter, giving you only the best, living alone as the test, as the temptation of the Christ. Shall I blaspheme, curse the team Allah assembled, my people, my temple, my responsibility to preserve Lil Ghostwriter? This is earthly ghost written by the earth, our nature as beings, the noumenon, human on the faithless arm everlasting of Allah, metamaterialistically telling the neurotransmitted truth of God regarding her subjects. Light is alive, life. Light is conscious, alive, living. So wavy, particular, crazy. Light is alive, light is alive. Light is living, conscious. Light is living as the conscious rap of Lil Ghostwriter, unconscious after the time of the night-timely time, unconscious raps. This is earthly ghost written by the earth, our nature as beings, the noumenon, human on the faithless arm everlasting of Allah, metamaterialistically telling the neurotransmitted truth of God regarding her subjects. Is consciousness the negation of being, or is negation the being of consciousness? Is flawlessness the perfection of facets of a realer consciousness? Lil Ghostwriter couldn't tell, a lie only spells, till I die and go to Sheol. Light, easy, slight, swift, a light dealer night shift, selling edibles, hash, dressing unfashionably lately, accidentally, greatly, this rapper of the century, Lil Ghostwriter, underrated as God in the game lately. True. I mean God as he is really, not the God of the most evilly, God bless them, so fraudulent, Lil Ghostwriter authentic, being towards death. Jesus Christ. Is consciousness the negation of being, or is negation the being of consciousness? Is flawlessness the perfection of facets of a realer consciousness? Rhyme over reason, mind over physically repeating the European tradition in a region called Toronto.
ontologically no Heidegger. A swan, a tree, a lake, on an odyssey as fake as that of Odysseus. Knowing this to be the most real, actually zeal radically. I feel crazy to be rapping as little ghostwriter over a YouTube video. With a screw loose, truly though I am experiencing psychosis, hearing many voices, hearing many voices, hearing a few voices. And now I'm hearing no voices but the voice of Lil Ghostwriter on a track, epic in its lack apparently of an end to the content, offending the conventionally inclined pious purists of raps with an absence of emptiness, mad bent on endlessness, thwarted by the inescapable finitude of his being continually ridiculous. Rap's top narcissist, someone like Kanye West of the mainstream of consciousness, someone with the honesty to tell the spell and to dwell in a world of fall perpetually impenitent LG. That stands for Lil Ghostwriter. That man is Lil Ghostwriter, producing a lighter from a coat pocket and burning the end of a marijuana cigarette. Many honest, intimate friendlies will defend my assertion that Lil Ghostwriter is a beatnik, a hipster, a freak. It's no secret that he is the man, but not the man, you dig? He's a planet, a wanderer, Odysseus, pondering his predicament, concluding that human existence is stupidity made complex, spirituality made flesh, carnality made sexually complex, complexity made less comprehensible. Humanity was not inevitable, but may not be uncommon all the same in the infinite multiverse, the game of infinity. Taken in its parts we comprehend and transcend, looking into eternity in a grain of sand, fade into the land and recognize, understand again. The beginning beyond language, the rhyme directs you to it, nothing to it but to use it until you lose it, the spirit of music, and you only get one shot, do not misinform the public.
Lil Ghostwriter, rapping about Canada, globalization, 2018, ain't no half-steppin'. This tragically hip new Canada of the Canada-China Foreign Investment Promotion and Protection Agreement, promiscuously into a spike in trading partners, free trade agreements with Korea, Honduras, Panama, Jordan, Colombia, Peru, export performance insignificant nevertheless, Canada heavily dependent on trade with the US, exporting automobiles, oil and gas, expansion of foreign markets, hella supply chains, companies making things together, processing memory and display your computational Lil Ghostwriter today, co-designed in Austin, Texas and Taiwan, a product of globalization, swantologically accepting being in its incomprehensibility, rejecting seeing into the structures physically, infrastructurally illiterate, basically the base and superstructure both ache to be deconstructed by the terrorist or sophist or swordfish. Man-made canals make possible easier, faster travel, transportation innovation, producing much CO2, changing the climate. At the same time as the global village, the global metropolis gets fucked on top of this, nature gets ate out, getting the fates out of seclusion, revealing the illusion of autonomy, getting honestly more freestylistical the longer he honestly uses the same fucking words kept under L for Lil Ghostwriter, that loser exemplar, that hip star of our blink of an eye and timely divine Lil Ghostwriter, the microphone of narcissists, partly this echo in the yellow of a urinal flow, this water of the highest quality, honestly this transnational in our trans-rational fake news projection blues, erection of a wall bordering the north of Mexico. His depression, though, made it impossible to carry on a conversation with the his word positioning weirdly lil ghostwriter. I can't stop rapping. I can't stop trapping. Yo, I've got a crack problem. No, I'm not a rap god, I'm not that awesome. Do you have back problems? Cause I'm selling Molly and perks. It's not a hobby or work, it's just the way Lil Ghostwriter operates, unconsciously, automatically rapping free verses and metrically complex shit mixed together with it. Tomatoes and lettuce, mustard and bacon, blood sport, taking the lives of innocent language, weaponizing my vocabulary to say fuck the constabulary in ways metaphorical, style ahistorical, and bound by this timelessness, timely, his accuracy finely tipped sharp as the felt blade of mortality, creating a cannabis-infused plan to be used to deconstruct any subject, ego death hip to the unrest in places, to the resting places, to the unrest in verses above ground. Excited, Jesus is lightning, genius, frightened, Odysseus Anchises, serious undertaking, descent into the world of the dead, text-woven, interwoven, woolen Afro-Christianity, every one of us an Afro-Christ, a student of the muse, an external subhuman, a student of the muse, an Afro-Christ, an external superhuman power, a human in a noose, a man who'd always been heroic, anti-heroic, a wide-ranging spirit, 10 years spent cleverly, trickily developing this rap enterprise, Lil Ghostwriter, acute, open-minded intelligence, obtuse, infinitely spiraling curve of the particle field, these articles yield and reveal Lil Ghostwriter's emptiness physically, his plenitude spiritually, his wool-weaving Afro-Christian human interest in discovery, advancing guardedly into the post-modernity, his thirst for knowledge, placing his soul in medieval, classical, and post-postmodern, modern post-postpostpostmedievalism. To be an atheist in a polytheistical, polytheologically, Homeric, rhetorically, magically ordinary yet totally paranormal, his relation to the muse is informally clothed in English, this orally so distinguished, auditory, uncommunicanti and unhuman human on the microphone, polyphonotextual, a xylophonic flow, extemporaneously freestyling, impulsive on the first try, a monocle for the third eye. This one of those word guys, a man of letters, a woman, better yet a human of hip-hop, a bit odd, this most enchanted microphone, this flow extracted from tomes, literary, surreal, labor congealed, his failures really successes, eating his breakfast serially, sequentially ordering his tracks to sit, obedient in the bitter, cold cliché, midwinter blasé in his freestylistical, weird guy getting all verbally positioned to outdo that Kama Sutra, with his word positions, third eye chai, kombucha, redefine revisions, I'm reading off the label of the bottle, organic and raw, I've had it with the laws around loitering around the truth, occasionally dipping a toe in the truth, outrageously sipping the soda through the nostrils, and drinking in the cocaine, high off living as an addict, the saddest depression, the maddest of lessons in how to put together a rap track. The play of desire in the text, this unconscious rap, was the conscious discourse of invisible minds, pure naked, his truth, indiscriminatingly blind, new in faith, forsooth, equally rapping for all the same word salad of the schizophreniac, asexual black, non-binary, trans-provincial, metro-textual, poet of Toronto, streets,